In this video, I'm be giving you guys 5 old wide receivers that it's time to ditch, dude. You got to move on, dude. Leave the chubby chick at the bar, dude. Go with the friends, man. Get triplets await. There's always the possibility of hot triplets. Keep that in mind, dude, when you're holding on a fucking Cooper Kupp. And anyway, let's get into some trends, man. We're going to talk about some statistics first. I'm just going to shotgun these off, right? So 80% of wide receivers have their best seasons between 23 and 30. So, some of them hit that 30-year-old range. 50% plus peak between 25 and 29. So seems like that's a nice little age range. 85% of wide receivers who finish top 3 at the position are under 30. All right, so that means only 15% of dudes in the top 3. So, the whole point in fantasy is you're trying to get like top 3, like game-changing players, right? You want a Jamar Chase. None of them are over 30, so only 15% ever. After 31, wide receivers decline by 30 to 40% on average in production. So after 31, dude, you're going to expect to see like a 30% decline. Here's some more stats. Wide receivers with 3+ top 12 seasons decline more gradually. So what that basically means is if they've had 3 or more top 12 seasons in their career, the decline is not as abrupt. There are some exceptions, obviously, like Julio Jones comes to mind. The man was a, prominent top 12 wide receiver every single time he was on a fucking football field. And then randomly, he just became an absolute fart, dude. An absolute fart. Like a stale fart in like a room with no windows. So that's the exception to that. But here's some more stats. 50% of those still hit top 24 into their early 30s. Okay, so the dudes who had top 3 seasons prior, 50% of them still hit top 24 into their early 30s. And when they say early 30s, they usually mean like up to 32 or so. But only 25% do so after 33. So one in every 5 players after 33 who were top 12 in their past multiple times actually finish in the top 24. Holy fuck, dude. I'm sorry. Anyway, we're moving on, dude. So wide receivers over 30 who fall outside the top 36 almost never rebound. Just if a dude is elite and then he falls outside of the top 36, it's very rare that they get back into that top 36 or top 12. So those are the indicators, man. What's the takeaway, bro? What's the learnings from these things? You need to look to trade wide receivers over the age of 30 who have had recent production dips, still have name value, and could return assets before their value collapses. So that is the thesis, right? Over 30, name recognition. They've recently had production dips. Those are the dudes you want to be looking to trade away. Now, it might be hard to trade them, but we're going to talk about the first guy. It's Cooper Kupp. He turns 32 this season. 3 straight seasons of declining production. So he hits every single metric on this little list that we have. Yards, efficiency, fantasy points. I mean, he wasn't even getting catches at the end of last season, right? He was just essentially a blocker. He was like a blocking tight end for the Rams. I used to complain about it all the time. Injury prone, so 3 years, always getting injuries. He was an absolute non-factor in the playoffs last season, so he has sour taste in a lot of fantasy owners' mouths with him at the moment. So it might be hard to actually trade him away. You might have to trade him to somebody who didn't have Kupp last season and isn't really aware of kind of the state of the NFL. They don't really follow it too much, but he was just a non-factor. I think you can still get like a 3rd rounder for him. I know you might be asking yourself, why the fuck would I want a 3rd rounder? I might just take my chances with Kupp in Seattle. I think it's better to just get out now, right? Get at least some type of assets, some type of value from him. You don't want to be the dude taking the fat chick home, dude. That's what it comes down to. So try to trade Cooper Kupp. Next dude on the list is Calvin Ridley. So he's over 30 somehow. I feel like the man is aging at like a rate that no one else is. He only has 1 elite season on his resume. So it's a little bit problematic, right? Like he's a great talent, coming out of Alabama. He had a lot of hype. He had a great rookie season, and then he had that really good sophomore season, I think. But yeah, his volume's actually been solid last year at the Titans, but it's different now. I think he's going to be like a wide receiver 2. I think he's not going to be the same like alpha type dude with the alpha volume. So I'll try to flip him for like a younger upside wide receiver. Like try to trade him to like a contending team. Maybe you can get like a 3rd rounder for him or like a late 2nd round pick. I just think a lot of people are kind of sour on him because they know he's 30. They know he's on a new team now. They know he's not going to be the same alpha. So I don't know, man. Calvin Ridley, I'll try to trade him in terms of like maybe trade targets of dudes that are like younger, but maybe ranked shittier. A guy like, Cortland Sutton, slightly younger, but he's somebody that would really be targeting for Calvin Ridley. I think it's just a more sure thing that he's going to produce. So if you can get a guy like Cortland Sutton for Calvin Ridley, I might try that. But anyway, we'll move on. This isn't really a trade value video. It's just dudes you should trade away. Whatever you can really get for them, to be honest. Stefon Diggs is the next one. Easy thesis here. He's coming off an ACL tear, bro. He's in his 30s. He tears his ACL. Somehow somebody is on heroin at the Patriots and they decide to give him like a $66 million fucking 3-year deal to a aging wide receiver coming off an ACL injury. Couldn't be me, dude. I don't understand it. There's a lot of drugs being done in the Patriots building, but his production was already kind of dipping. Now, he was actually pretty solid for the Texans, like from a production point of view. They were just, him and Keenan Allen are the same person, I think. They're just getting fed targets, even though it was like, nice, a 7-yard catch and he falls instantly. He doesn't do anything after the catch. But nevertheless, he gets the injury. Patriots decide to pay him. Now he's with the Patriots where you can probably sell Diggs and make the thesis or make the claim to the future owner that, dude, he's with the Patriots. The Patriots literally don't have anyone. Like, fucking Ron's Uncle Muhammad is the starting wide receiver in New England. So try to trade Stefon Diggs now because he still has a little bit of value. He's got that free agency value, right? New team, new contract, shit depth chart for the Patriots. So sell him now. You get that free agency bump. This is the last chance you'll probably have to get any type of value from him. You could probably get like a 3rd round pick, maybe even like a late 2nd, to be honest. And if your league mates are dumb enough, or if they're half-wits or if they're simpletons enough, you can probably get like a early 2nd for him, to be honest. But next player, Devonta Adams. This one hurts. This one hurts, bro. He's still productive. He still looked good. He was showing some slight efficiency declines. Now you can maybe attribute that to Aaron Rodgers. I would. But nevertheless, top 36 in volume, slipping in yards per reception, separation, contested catch rate, all numbers that you don't want to see slipping. And he's heading into his age 33 season, man. So 33 is not, he's not a spring chicken, right? He's getting up there in age. So this is the time to drop off because he still has that like immense name value. His production is still good. He still looked good. This is honestly like the ideal time to cash out because the ambiguity of not knowing how effective he's going to be with the Rams is what you want to play on. Now, I know you might be thinking, fuck, dude, Stafford, Adams, that could be like generational, dude. That can be Calvin Johnston type shit. But keep in mind, dude, Nakua. Now, Nakua is injury prone, so Devonta Adams could be a league winner. But you just have to take that chance that Nakua somehow stays healthy and maybe even Stafford gets injured. Fucking like vomiting in my mouth. Anyway, Tyreek Hill is the next player on our list. Now, this one is I know you might be saying, oof, it's a rough betting against the cheetah, right? But because he has never finished outside the top 25 in any season. He's absolutely elite. Since he entered the league, he's been dynamite. I mean, Pat Mahomes, then he goes over to Tua, Tua's not the reason. It's really the Mike McDaniel system, the vertical fucking deep downfield system, but they really went away from that. So the Dolphins kind of became a run team. And because of that, we saw Tyreek Hill really struggle. Now, people want to attribute it to Tua getting injured, but even before Tua got injured, Tyreek Hill, he had like a good game where he had like 20 fantasy points, but it didn't look that good, dude. The offense just did not look very good. They played against like the Bills or something, and they just got trounced. And the Bills had a really bad secondary. Like the rest of the season, people were just like gutting them. Could be injuries, I don't know. But Tyreek Hill, dude, he's turning 31. He had a slight dip. Is it because of the injuries he had? This I think is your last chance to trade him. Now, another thing to keep in mind. Tyreek Hill's going full fucking Antonio Brown, dude. I think the concussion that Tua had is rubbing off on Tyreek Hill because he's popping off on Twitter, dude. He's saying he wants to get traded. He was saying he might retire. Like he's going full Antonio Brown mode. So that's an asset that I think I want to get off of. And those are the names, dude. But I do have a couple more bonus names that I'll just quickly gloss over. We have a fucking 2-for-1 special, dude. It's DK Metcalf and George Pickens. So both of these guys I think are to cannibalize each other. Pickens was barely top 15 last season, and that's being the only player, right? He was the only guy on the team. Like, my fucking Uncle Muhammad made another surprise appearance on the Steelers depth chart because it was like Calvin Austin, fucking Allen Robinson, I think. Like, dude, the Steelers were decrepit, bro. Decrepit. And Pickens still couldn't produce. Now you add Metcalf, you remove any quarterback. They don't have a quarterback at the moment. I know Rodgers is expected to sign. I know he had like a workout with Metcalf, but I don't know, man. We saw Devonta Adams kind of eat with Rodgers, and I know Rodgers still could like create like an alpha wide receiver. You know, the Rodgers, the Adams, Rodgers, fucking Jordy Nelson. I know. You all might be thinking, but I'm out on both of them, dude. Let somebody else deal with that frustration of like the flip flopping. It's gonna be like Garrett Wilson, Adams all over again, except probably shittier. So I'm out. Next name, Quintin Johnston. Again, another bonus one. Just if he wasn't like 6'3" and runs like a 4.39, he'd be out of the league already, right? Like he showed some promise last season in very small spurts. I think he had one game, fucking like 200 yards and like 10 catches. Popped the fuck off in one game, but for the most part, he drops the ball too much. He doesn't really know how to run routes. He's not like a route tactician. He's just like, he's going to burn you with speed. He does like one cut vertical routes and stuff like that. So he could be interesting for the Chargers as like a nice complementary to Ladd McConkey as like a field stretcher. But for the most part, I try to trade him now while he has any type of value. Or here's what you could do. You can wait until the season starts. He's going to have like a blow up game. If they don't add another wide receiver and they just make it the Johnston Ladd McConkey show, I think Johnston can pop off early, right? When like it's a new season, fucking people are fresh out of camp. I think that'll be his time to shine. And if he does shine, trade him, dude. I think you can get like a second round pick for him, maybe even a first round pick, depending on how much he pops off. And then the last name on this list, this one's just a bonus. It's Deebo Samuel. It's just he wasn't looking too good last season. You can attribute it to the I think he had pneumonia or some shit, but he just didn't look quite the same. New team now where he's not going to be the alpha. He's not going to be like the number one. It's going to be Terry McLaurin getting most of like the deep down the field stuff. Deebo's going to be more of a gadget guy again, but it's a different system, right? I think the supporting cast in Washington's not as good as the supporting cast that Deebo had when he was good. I'm not saying last year, when he was good. Fucking dude, that defense, the O-line, George Kittle, like the Niners allowed Deebo to eat, dude. He was cooking because of that team. So I'm kind of out on him now. I think you can still get some name value and, you know, free agency, Jaden Daniels hype type stuff. So I'd try to trade Deebo now before the floor falls under him. Is that a fucking saying? I don't know, dude. But anyway, hope you guys liked this video, man. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give your boy a like, dude. Give your boy a subscribe. I mean, I'm going to be making videos all off season, dude. We're going to be doing in-season content. I might launch a draft guide, dude. I'm trying to take it seriously this year and you know, I love the support. Everybody's super helpful, supportive. You know, you guys are liking the videos and I really appreciate the feedback. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.